They say Libra is balance, harmony, and peace, but few truly understand the price they pay to keep that image spotless. Behind their kind smile and calm gaze, a silent demon hides, the demon of doubt, guilt, and the desperate need to please. Libra might look like the most serene sign of the zodiac, but inside them there's a constant battle between what they want, what they feel, and what they believe they should do, just to avoid disappointing anyone. This demon doesn't scream, it whispers. It speaks softly into Libra's ear, reminding them of every mistake, every word that might have sounded wrong, every gesture someone could have misunderstood. And so Libra becomes their own judge, punishing themselves for not being fair enough, for not giving more, for not being perfectly balanced. Yet, in the middle of that inner struggle, a powerful strength is forged, the ability to rebuild themselves in silence, to find beauty in chaos, and to keep smiling, even when they're falling apart inside. If this is your first time here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, leave your like, and share your thoughts, because your support helps us continue creating stories like this. Now, let's begin. The Demon of Eternal Doubt. The demon that lives in Libra doesn't shout, it whispers. It makes them think over and over before making a decision, forcing them to analyze every possibility until time itself runs out. Libra wants to do everything right, not to hurt, not to fail, not to disturb the peace. But that noble desire becomes their torture. They doubt what they feel, what they want, what they deserve. Indecision follows them like a shadow, stealing the peace they search for so desperately. Every choice feels like a battlefield between reason and heart. While the world moves forward, Libra stands still, weighing consequences that might never even happen. Their inner demon doesn't chain them with anger, but with hesitation. It steals their confidence, makes them question their instincts, and leaves them stranded between what they should do and what their soul is begging for. The saddest part? That doubt is born from love. Libra wants fairness. They want to understand, to heal, to bring balance. They don't want to hurt anyone. But in their effort to please everyone, they slowly forget their own voice. Their demon whispers, "Give in. It's the right thing to do." But with every surrender, Libra loses a piece of themselves. This demon doesn't destroy violently, it destroys silently. It replaces certainty with confusion, turning peace into paralysis. It's a relentless judge, one that never condemns, but never forgives either. The demon of hidden guilt. Libra was born with the gift of empathy, a near magical ability to feel the emotions of others as their own. They want everyone to be okay, for the scales of life to remain in perfect harmony. But their demon takes that noble heart and turns it into a burden. It whispers, "You must keep the peace at any cost, even if that means betraying yourself." And Libra listens. They become experts at yielding, at staying silent, at smiling while something inside them breaks. Little by little, their own voice fades in the noise of everyone else's needs. This demon feeds on the fear of disappointing. Libra is terrified of hurting anyone. They fear that honesty will sound like cruelty. They fear losing the affection of those they love if they ever dare to speak their truth. So they choose soft words. They avoid confrontation. They seek approval, even when their soul is screaming for honesty. Every concession leaves an invisible scar, a part of them dimmed, a desire silenced, a truth buried. In their attempt to keep external peace, Libra creates an inner storm that tears them apart quietly. Over time, this becomes a habit, an unconscious pattern. Libra begins to measure their worth by how happy others are. If someone's upset, they think it's their fault. If someone's hurting, they feel responsible to fix it. Their demon convinces them that it's their duty to hold the world in balance. But that weight was never meant to be theirs. And when the frustration grows too heavy, it turns into guilt, and guilt becomes exhaustion.
Libra starts to resent the love they give because they give it endlessly, without rest, without space, without remembering themselves. Until one day, Libra looks in the mirror and no longer recognizes the person who always tries to please. And then, something awakens. A soft but firm voice rises from within. Enough! It's the voice of their true self, claiming its place again, reminding them that love is not earned by pleasing others, but by being authentic. When Libra begins to listen to themselves with the same compassion they offer to others, their demon starts to lose power. They discover that they don't need to save anyone. Their balance doesn't depend on silence or sacrifice, but on the courage to be honest with themselves.
The demon of the perfect appearance. Libra is obsessed with harmony, the idea that everything must look and feel balanced. They breathe beauty. They seek to soften the chaos of the world with elegance and grace. But their demon twists that noble desire into an invisible prison. It convinces them that they must be impeccable, that they can't fail, that showing their flaws is unforgivable. So Libra puts on the mask of perfection, while their soul bleeds in silence, terrified that even the smallest crack might reveal the disorder they try to hide. Their demon tells them, "Your worth depends on how others see you." So Libra tries harder. They smile through pain, they hide their anger, they disguise their sadness. They don't want anyone to see their exhaustion, because their demon whispers, "Losing your calm means losing love." And that is a price they are unwilling to pay. Over time, that mask becomes part of their skin. Libra gets used to being the strong one, the understanding one, the available one, and almost no one suspects how much effort it takes to hold that mask in place. Behind that gentle smile lives a constant fear, the fear of disappointing, of not being enough. Every time Libra tries to be authentic, the demon interrupts. What if they don't understand? What if they judge you? What if you lose your balance? So they step back again. They hide their truth beneath politeness. But the perfect facade cannot last forever. One day, the mask cracks. And in that breakdown, Libra discovers something greater than perfection: authenticity. They learn that they don't need to be flawless to be loved, that vulnerability, too, is a form of beauty. Their demon weakens when Libra finally understands that true harmony isn't the absence of conflict. It's the courage to show up as they are, with both their light and their shadows. The demon that also illuminates. Libra's demon doesn't only torment, it teaches. It's that dark presence that forces them to look straight into their own chaos, to accept that even the fairest scale has sides that weigh differently. Libra learns to see their demon as a mirror, one that reflects all the questions they avoid asking. What happens if I choose myself? What happens if I say no? What happens if I stop trying to please everyone? In those uncomfortable questions, in those quiet nights of reflection, their true wisdom begins to rise. Because this demon, though cruel at times, is the same one that teaches Libra empathy. Through pain, they learn the fragility of others. Through guilt, they discover forgiveness. Through chaos, they learn balance. They come to understand that there is no light without shadow, no harmony without conflict. Every time Libra feels trapped between two decisions, they're actually being guided to listen, not to the world, but to their own heart. Their demon reveals that balance isn't about pleasing everyone, but about understanding one's own truth and honoring it peacefully. Slowly, Libra realizes their demon never wanted to destroy them. It wanted to transform them. It reminds them that doubt can become awareness, that guilt can become compassion, that the desire for harmony can turn into self-love when it begins within. This transformation isn't easy. It requires losing control, disappointing expectations, breaking the mask of perfection. But every time Libra dares to do it, something within them is set free, and their soul shines brighter than ever. In the end, the demon they once feared becomes their guardian. It's the shadow that defines their light, the judge that teaches them mercy. Libra learns that they don't need to banish their darkness, they need to embrace it. Because the true balance they seek is not found in the world's approval, but within themselves, when they finally accept that their light and shadow are two halves of the same soul. The demon that lives in Libra never came to destroy them, it came to teach them. It is the invisible judge that forces them to look inward, to find the middle point between love and reason. It torments them with doubt and guilt, but blesses them with empathy and wisdom. Libra is not weak for feeling deeply. They are strong, because even in the midst of chaos, they still search for harmony. In truth, their demon is not their enemy. It's their reflection, the voice that challenges them to find their truth, the shadow that pushes them to shine. Because Libra is not just light, nor just darkness. Libra is the balance between both. And that demon inside, it doesn't chain them, it reminds them what they're truly made of. Have you ever felt that silent battle inside you, between what you want and what you think you should do? If so, you might just be one of those Libras who smiles on the outside while fighting a quiet war within. Tell me in the comments, do you recognize your own demon?